Here's a question. Do you know how your food choices impact the landscape? Our global population is predicted to rise to 8 billion by 2024. Agricultural production will have to increase by half to keep everyone fed. During the last 20 years alone, an area 6 times the size of the UK has been deforested, leading to the loss of biodiversity and contributing to climate change. The main driver of this deforestation is agricultural production, which in turn is driven by consumer choices.
I normally buy my food from the local supermarkets, whichever one's most convenient for me.
I don't have a massive food budget, so I also have to consider what's cheap, which sometimes comes at the expense of something that's necessarily ethically or morally right to get.
First of all, I consider where it's from, so what country of origin it's from, and then I consider when it's going to go off and what I'm planning on making it.
I try and buy local. We grow an enormous amount of our own produce, so it means that we don't actually buy that much vegetables and things during a lot of the summer and winter.
They have all these sustainable foods available to you, but there aren't there enough because all the non-sustainable stuff is kind of much more prominent in the supermarkets.
Because I think the way they lay things out in supermarkets, sometimes they put the things at eye level that they want you to buy that are maybe make a bit more profit, and the cheap things or the things that they're not going to make as much profit they put somewhere else. So I don't think they're necessarily thinking about ethical purchases.
It's difficult to really say whether it's consumer choice or whether the consumer choice is led, if you like, by the multiple retailers.
Consumers got the power. I said in my talk, the supermarket's got the power. No, they haven't. The consumer, in how they spend their pounds and in their pocket, have got the power ultimately.
There's absolutely enough choice and opportunity to buy ethically produced food. It just comes down to a case of, for some people, whether they can afford it or whether they know about it, or in some cases whether they care.
I think the choice is probably out there. It's probably me being ignorant and society being ignorant about actually going down to the local places and finding them.
You do have choices, but it requires a lot of effort and knowledge, doesn't it, to look into where things are grown and to actually look at the realities of where things really come from.
As a consumer, the average UK consumer is completely disconnected from where their food comes from. And that's what's got to change.
So, what are your alternative choices? You could join a community garden, shop at your local butchers or greengrocers, sign up to a veg box delivery, shop at your local fishmongers, try wild foraging, or visit a farmer's market in your local area. The choice is yours.